Kuryakyn, you certainly get a lot of choices. You have everything that you could possibly want for a passenger peg or a highway floorboard. And because our stock 2008 Harley Street Glide has an engine guard on it, we can go with a switchblade. We can stick with our widow theme. We can add this flaming switchblade, which is kind of a cool piece. We can go with the new gunfighter style called the Liberator. However, we decided that we were going to replace our stock engine guard with the new Kuryakyn Ergo Plus engine guard. And that's because it has the highway pegs already built in. We're going to stick a little bit with our widow theme and go with a toe shifter from Kuryakyn. We're going to convert our heel toe shifter to just a toe shift. And we're going to go with the widow brake pad. So the first thing we're going to do is remove the stock crash guard. It's a pretty simple job, but if you have an extra person, that would be cool because you don't want to scratch this fender. So I'm going to hang on to this, and Rob is going to get over there and take these bolts out. Okay, so now we're going to put the ergo bar on. It's only 3 bolts. Why don't you tighten yours? Okay, so that was pretty simple. I'm going to do something that's even easier, and that's just change out the brake pedal. This is the Kuryakyn Widow. Looks like a spider web. It's literally 1 bolt. On a scale of 1 to 10, this doesn't even make the scale. Okay, so that's it. We're going to move back and do the Kuryakyn ISO floorboard next. Another 2 bolts. Okay, so you pull this floorboard off, and this gives your foot more surface area to rest on for a long trip, so you're definitely going to be more comfortable. So there you go. Now we're going to move to the rear passenger peg. Okay, the first thing we're going to do is pull off this mount. We're going to use the original hole that we actually took the stock mount off of. Now that that's on and it's level, you're going to get a spring. Just drops right in. You're going to get this little ball bearing. It's all going to fit into place when you put this passenger floorboard on. Set that down there. All right, and we're just going to drop this in here. Now my little ball bearing won't go anywhere. Now we're going to move on to the adjustable passenger peg, and it's basically going to sit right on top of the floorboard. You're going to get this as the clamp that goes on the bottom, a little plastic piece, and this goes underneath like that. Okay. The last thing we're going to do is put the adjustable passenger peg on. Again, it's 1 bolt. Tighten it down, and it's not going anywhere. Now this peg can adjust. It can be here, out of the way completely. So you can flip the passenger floorboard up, and you do the exact same process on the other side of the bike. So the last thing we're going to do for comfort is change out our heel toe shifter and convert it to just a toe shifter. And the first thing I'm going to do is take off this, and I'm going to replace it with the Widow. Okay, the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to pull off both the heel and toe shifter. I'm going to pull this off and install this here. Make sure that the O-ring is between the shift lever and the heel shift eliminator. Put our stock bolt back in. You can adjust this after you get on the bike for your exact foot position. Okay, so that's it. We eliminated our heel shifter. That gives our foot more room to rest on the board, shows more exposed chrome. We put on our Widow themed foot peg shifter. The whole job, maybe a dozen bolts on a scale of 1 to 10. I would say this is a 2. Very, very simple, dramatic difference.